following a 38-month investigation that kicked off in 2021 in a joint initiative with the Nigerian Data Protection Commission (NDPC). Meta, the parent company of Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Threads, was issued an administrative fine of $220 million by the Federal Consumer and Competition Protection Commission (FCCPC) in July 2024. The fine cited repeated violations of the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation (NDPR) and Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Acts, ranging from unauthorized cross-border transfers of users' data to abuse of monopoly and discriminatory practices that subject Nigerian users to exploitative and non-compliant privacy policies without offering an opportunity to decline. In its response, Meta shared its grievances with the penalty by appealing to the Competition and Consumer Protection Tribunal (CCPT) with claims of FCCPC overstepping its jurisdiction, amongst others. However, the petition, which went ungranted, got further approval of FCCPC's authority as the tribunal upheld the $220 million penalty, citing FCCPC's jurisdiction. In its reaction, Meta, in a court filing, warned that it might suspend services in Nigeria, claiming the penalty is unfeasible to comply with, and the demands made would require fundamental restructuring of its global data architecture. In a bid to evaluate the effect and impact of the ongoing developments, Marketing Edge has spoken with industry experts and the public to weigh in on their thoughts on the implications that Meta may excuse itself from Nigeria.
I believe that there'll be a settlement somehow. Nigeria is still a big market, let's face it, 200 million people and active on social media. So I'm not sure Meta would like to lose that business, and I'm sure also the Nigerian government would also not want to jeopardize the platform for content creators and the rest. I mean, these are where young Nigerians are making some living from. So I believe there'll be an amicable settlement. I don't think it would happen.
I'm a firm believer in the fact that the regulators will do what is right for the Nigerian space, but will also ensure that they do not leave. When you have big global giant technology brands come, they don't only come to make money in your market, they also come to equip your people. They come to create wealth, they come to train you, they come to upskill you. And Meta has done a lot of that over the years. They have their own incubator program. So again, we do not think that they're only making money from here, they are helping build the ecosystem. Our regulators are part of the fact of doing what is good for the country. Above all else, I think it's going to be a mediation that will happen, and there must be a balancing act. There's only downside for the country and for them. They need this market, and we also need them to help our people. So I think a mediation and an arbitration will definitely happen.
The threat to leave the market will have huge implications, both for brands, corporate brands, and SMEs. Digital has perhaps become a game changer for businesses in Nigeria. It's helped them reach their customers in a scalable way. If you cannot afford a shop, you can afford a social media handle, and you can operate from the comfort of your house. There are people who have built their entire businesses around e-commerce. Even brands who have looked at meeting their customers are now a lot more complex because there are a lot more channels to be able to reach, and digital has helped them find them in ways that are scalable for them as well. It's also helped them with feedback communication, so constantly be able to listen to what they are saying about their businesses. If there are issues or concerns, rather than wait for a phone call, which you have to go back to if it happens, you can then reach out to them on Meta platforms and you get responses very quickly. Yes, Meta is having these issues in several countries, and I think at the end of the day, resolving this will not be in a courtroom. It will be in a boardroom where both platforms will have to have a conversation.
My background is in marketing, so I had a chance to leverage Meta as a platform for customer engagement and things like that. We need more perspective, more more understanding of the impact it's going to have, not just on the individuals but also the economy at large, and find a solution, and not to our way or the highway kind of approach, but just to be more empathetic of the people that rely on those platforms.
This is a great call. This is a call to programmers, developers, web developers to come up
it's a challenge because if we had other applications, other web, other cloud applications where we can reach out to customers, where we can connect more, we can do a lot of digital marketing. We won't be threatened so much by Meta because they truly violated the consumer rights, and therefore they should be fine. Look at it in the case whereby we have a whole lot of web applications that have that are similar to Meta. We won't even face any problem using them. That is what we really need to do. We need to wake up.
Here's what the public thinks.
That's going to be a pandemic. The reason why people are still thriving with the state of the economy is because without doing too much, without having to bother about rentage for shop or having so much capital, then you can just post your product on WhatsApp, on Instagram, and then you make sales. I feel like if Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp has to leave, it's not going to be all right. So I hope they do resolve whatever issue they have. And I don't even think Mark and his entire team would want to lose the Nigerian market. I don't think it can work. And let me now add the extra. I don't hope it works because it will cost a whole lot of it will not be okay. It won't be cool.
Most business owners now rely on WhatsApp as major communication. I, as a person, I'm a business owner, aside working 9 to 5, and the way I communicate, like the platform I use to communicate with my clients are WhatsApp. Then how do I get these clients? It's from Facebook and Instagram. So imagine all that now. They put a stop to it. So definitely we have to come back to traditional marketing, which is very hard. When you walk up to people, they might not answer you. And these same people, they are online. When they see your post, even without you doing anything, maybe you run an advert with Instagram, you get them, they will buy and all. So I think majorly it will affect entrepreneurs. Even if you look at the skit makers, these online people that are like famous and all, they are building all their presence, making all their money from this social media and from this platform. Exactly, that data breach and privacy is actually what's it called, a red flag from Meta, not to lie, because there are times that I ask myself, how did they get to know this? I don't know if you have noticed, you might be thinking of something in your head, like you are just thinking it and you just go to Instagram, the next thing you see, it pops up. I'll be like, how did they know I need this? Do you get? So I think that's a breach of my privacy, truly. So, but I think it's not still enough. They should look at the positive side and how it has helped Nigerians. There is no work outside. It's online that most people are now using as source of income. So
Personally, as a person that relies on WhatsApp, Instagram for my business, because I am a photographer, so I thrive on WhatsApp and Instagram in particular. So I think them leaving Nigeria is going to be a big problem for us, because I wonder what other platform is there for us to use to showcase our work. It helps us creatives to showcase our work out there to the world. Without it, nobody will see our work now. So it's going to be very disastrous if they end up leaving Nigeria. They should just sit down and think about the pain and misery it's going to cause to the citizens. Because at the end of the day, it's the citizens' affair that matters, is what they want that matters.
And every wise person who's going into a battle, first of all, calculates the risk involved, what he stands to lose. Do you understand? So that helps you to find a level ground to settle. These people are providing jobs, they're helping people live. Alright, they're getting job on that platform. Alright, you have a lot of social media influencers whose life is depending on it. Do you understand? A lot of businesses promote their business there. In as much as I'm not supporting the data, exposing people's data to companies for whatever they might do. But the federal government should not take it to that extreme.
I won't support the idea of Meta leaving Nigeria. You know, this platform, they have a wide range of products that is being totally used by Nigerians itself, because we use it for both businesses, even for relationships, for so many stuff. But if that kind of people should leave Nigeria, what are we going to do? How are we going to communicate? How are we going to survive in the midst of this economic crisis? Because in Nigeria now, as of today, we cannot, even though we are not eating, at least we smile through the Facebook, we smile through WhatsApp, we smile through Instagram, we see what other people post. Even though we don't have the money in our pocket, we can have a dream, we can aspire that one day we are going to get there. Even sometimes, it encourages business. Even those that don't have physical shops, they use all these platforms to post what they have, and at the end of the day, they were able to earn something to meet up with their needs. So I get to survive. Nigeria, please, government, I beg you in the name of God, that you should look into this matter and resolve it amicably.
Meanwhile, FCCPC, in response, insists Meta is trying to manipulate public sentiment and evade accountability as it exits threats. It's a departure from its response in other crimes where it has faced similar issues. Our findings reveal that Meta has battled several regulatory fines in recent times in a couple of countries, including the United States, South Korea, the European Union, and India. In November 2024, Meta was fined $25 million in India for exploiting its market dominance by updating its WhatsApp privacy policy, compelling users to agree to their data being shared on other Meta platforms. South Korea also fined Meta $15.67 million in the same month for sharing sensitive data of about 980,000 South Korean Facebook users of religious, political, and sexuality views with advertisers without consent or a legal basis. Meta agreed to pay a $1.4 billion settlement in its home country in July 2024 over its unauthorized capture and usage of personal biometric data of millions of users in Texas. Most recently, Meta was fined €200 million in April 2025 by the European Union over a pay or consent model it introduced in November 2023, which the European Union states is a violation of its Digital Markets Act. With Nigeria's internet user base currently at 142 million people as at April 2025, according to the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC), and Facebook, along with WhatsApp, each boasting of over 51 million users, that's 36%, while Instagram boasts of 12 million users, that's 8.5%. The ongoing legal battle represents a watershed moment in the regulation of multinational tech corporations operating not only in Nigeria but in the African landscape, with other African countries closely watching out.